so the parameters panel changes accordingly. I start off with the face shape, wanting it to be smaller because that'll help further make the eyes and mouth pop out later on. I then make the eyes larger, so much so they are technically out of proportion, but that's exactly what we want. I also slant them downwards. I continue to use the mouth and lip shape parameters to make the mouth bigger and tweak the lip shape. For the nose, I often use the rotate tool to push the head sideways in a profile position rather than portrait. It's to help better see the shape and effectively get a better result since it's hard to see the morph when the face is positioned in portrait. Next step is the temples. Just like the eyes, I use the parameters in the upper face shape folder to really push them out of proportion, keeping true to the character design. To help make it more prominent, I also heighten the cheekbone size and lift them up slightly. I continue to define the eyebrow shape, making them very defined and popping them forward so that it complements the structure of the temples and cheeks, creating a very sharp contour around the eyes. Moving on to the body shape. I know that I will need to use the more specific body controls rather than the overall body shape, as we want to create large hips and an excessively thin waist. The parameters panel has specific controls for this, so I use the hip shape parameter in the hip folder and the waist parameters in the lower torso folder. I also reduce her chest size as I didn't want them to be defined. Applying those same controls on the rest of the female characters, I make sure not to make them identical. Although, if you wish to do that, you simply select a character, right-click it, and there is an option to duplicate. I create a more voluptuous character, allowing more definition in the chest area and giving her curves around the belly and thighs. The third female character I decided to make slightly taller than the rest, giving her a sleek and more muscular build. The final female character is similar to the first, only has far less definition in the chest area and a less prominent hip line. In the next video, we will be posing the 3D model